Beautiful woman cries, "We've cut flowers from our lives." I was on Twitter doing some research for the Donna Briggs video when I came upon this gem of a post, which I'll read for you brothers who enjoy my videos as a podcast. She says, "Overheard at my local Trader Joe's, they are cutting back on flowers. Shoppers aren't buying as many these days. So if you want to know what stage of consumer discretionary spending we are at, we've cut the flowers from our lives." Now this woman's name is Amanda Goodall, and she has a Twitter called The Job Chick, and she's more of a Wall Street finance person. And she was looking at it from the business aspect that she's noticing that these grocers are now cutting out flowers. They can no longer afford it to sell them because nobody's buying them. And when I read this post, I busted out laughing. I couldn't contain my berserker laugh, as Lord Destro would say. Shout out to him. We're winning, brothers. This is another glorious golden sign that more and more men are becoming hypergamous and are ditching those capes and no longer acting like simps going around buying things like flowers. But this woman raises a valid point. Have people stopped buying flowers because they simply can't afford it? Well, think about who mostly buys flowers. Men are buying flowers for women. Whether they're paying for it for a big old wedding, buying them for the first date, or just buying them randomly to keep the wife happy. I think most people would agree, women included, that men buy most of the flowers. Now this lady wants you to believe that us men are so down bad and are so broke that we simply can't afford to buy the flowers anymore. But these brothers had a different theory. And my opinion is, we men from the manosphere have stopped buying flowers because of women like this.
Don't ever tell a man the stuff you've done in the past, and you know exactly what kind of things I mean.
The best thing about living in Dubai,
Whatever you've done in the past, God concealed it.
No. You concealed it. God didn't conceal that. You concealed it.
Away from the public eye, away from people. If you're seeing someone and you want to get married to them and he asks you, what you've done before. By the way, him asking you what you've done before in and of itself is a problem. But let's say he does ask you, you are in no way obliged to tell him or reveal anything about your past. Not morally, not even from a religious standpoint. You can straight up lie about it. Or you can just say, listen, I don't want to share that with you, actually. You're not supposed to share it, okay? God himself doesn't want you to share it.
Wait a minute. Did she just say what I think she just said? God doesn't want you to share it? Now, we know these women aren't religious anymore. But notice how that doesn't stop them from trying to use God to co-sign on their delusions in an effort to justify their own selfish desires, to steal your happiness and joy and manipulate you into suffering in a situation you never would have agreed to be in if you knew the truth. This is why, as Lord Destro says, we men must become berserkers, or as I like to say, we must become hypergamen.
So there is no reason for you to sit and talk about it now. You don't have to ask him either. Come on. Unless someone has had a history of sleeping around with 50, 100 people.
the best thing about living in Dubai as an unemployed girl,
Which is going to be very obvious from their personality, by the way. Unless they've done something like that or had a phase like that in their lives, you don't need to know about their past. You don't need to know about their body count or whatever. It's none of your business. The fact that you even have to ask about it means that God hid it away from the public eye for them as well. So you just don't need to know. Take them as they are right now. The best thing about living in Dubai as an unemployed girl is the fact that you actually have the time to enjoy living in Dubai. I'm a digital freelancer and I moved to Dubai 6 months ago.
Yeah, now we know what she's talking about. Digital freelancer, moved to Dubai 6 months ago, unemployed. Reminds me of a similar woman that went to Dubai and had no business going there. Do you remember hearing about this? A Ukrainian adult content model, also known as an unemployed freelancer, who was gravely injured in Dubai, is now talking about the circumstances around the incident that left her with broken bones and severe injuries. In March, 20-year-old Ukrainian model Maria Kovalchuk was reported missing after attending a high-profile party at a hotel in Dubai, aka a Dubai porta potty. This woman was later discovered in critical condition on the side of the road. Now, what these savages did to her was beyond anything you can imagine. This is how she looked like before she went to the party, and this is what she looked like after. She went from a beauty queen to special needs in a single night. And this is not to make fun of the woman or insult her. The sheer fact that she survived means she has incredible genes. Because as you can see that gash on her head, these are injuries that would have sent the majority of people directly to the upper room. But we're hypergamous men here, and all we really care about is having a good life for ourselves. And I want you brothers to see what you'd have to deal with, you, the regular guy, the cleanup guy. This is how she lives. You get none of the benefits of the Dubai wealth, the supercars, the shopping trips, the suitcases full of cash. But what you do get is to live in this government housing with a woman that can no longer work. She can't even walk. She must be in the most unimaginable chronic pain that's only going to get worse. And you get to take care of her and provide for her. If you're dumb enough to be a simp and think their past doesn't matter, which it does. May this woman and her mother get justice, because they're gonna need the financial support for the rest of her life.
I've also been running into a lot of girls here in Dubai as a result of networking and putting myself out there.
That's Womanese for joining a 304 group chat where the women all share their clients together and let each other know when they need a third or fourth or fifth mouth for the after dark yacht party that leads to the hotel room.
And what they tell me is they move to Dubai, they work a regular 9-to-5 job, and it's all nice, but the problem is that they literally don't have the time or even the money most of the time to enjoy what Dubai has to offer. And if you listening are one of those girls, then I honestly don't blame you. You were probably brought up in a system where you were taught to believe that the only way to make a living, the only way to be stable and secure as a woman is to have a job and just live paycheck to paycheck, because that is quote unquote very safe. But then why is it that most of my friends, including myself, have a much higher standard of living, 10 times the amount of free time and better finances than most of the 9-to-5 girls that I know?
They never outright admit it, but everything she says points to only one conclusion. What other business on earth could allow a young woman who's pretty to travel as an unemployed freelancer, networking with other girls, that brings in fast money, infinite free time, and constantly requires the woman involved to recruit younger women into the pipeline? There's only one business that does that, but she'll deny it. But then she'll make crazy statements like this.
What the fuck is wrong with the men in the West, bro?
Now, brothers, you might be thinking, oh man, poor simps. But I have some good news. Our message has reached Sweden. And her reach back attempt is, well, let her put it in her own words.
Why are they so dead? When I'm in the Middle East, I'm in Dubai, for example, or when I'm in Iraq, men actually notice me. Like, they actually look at me. I can see the desire in their eyes. They somehow indirectly connect with your femininity. Not that I need it, not that I go out and say, okay, today's the day I'm gonna get looked at by men. No, but I notice that they notice me. And the truth is, I feel like a woman, okay? When I notice that about other men, I feel like a woman. Here in the West, I'm in Sweden right now, I don't fucking feel like a woman. Like, I don't know how to explain this feeling to you guys, but I literally don't feel like a woman here. At least not as much as I do in the Middle East, okay? What the fuck is wrong with the men here? Why do they have no desire?
Because the men aren't simps. They know what you are. And what you are has erased the desire.
Why do they not know how to appreciate a good-looking woman?
And there lies the 304 folly. They keep obsessing over how they look. Black men, we know Keisha does this the worst of all. But what all of these women, black, white, or anything in between, don't understand is men don't care what you look like. Men think the average looking woman without makeup, who's between the ages of 18 and 30, is good enough as long as she isn't overweight. What men appreciate is a good woman, not a good looking woman. Notice how she doesn't call herself a good woman, because she knows that would be a lie. She calls herself a good-looking woman, and she thinks that looks will carry her, but that's a lie. Their looks fall apart far earlier than ours do. And we know for us to be happy, we have to actually like the woman. We have to like her mind, body, and motion for us to actually care. Looks ain't enough. If we don't like your mind, if we don't like your motion, how you're moving in the world, there's nothing. We're not interested.
Where did your manhood go?
And there starts the shame. Anyway, brothers, I want to thank this beautiful woman for letting us know her true nature and putting it out there on the internet, because it helps us save another brother who's been gaslit into believing that what we say at the Manosphere Education Department isn't true, but it is. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Now that I'm pushing this hypergaman thing and I've become a hypergamous guy myself, I'm looking to get YouTube to pay for a lot of the things and expenses that I'm putting into making videos. So please like and subscribe. It helps a lot and doesn't cost you anything. And please comment below. I absolutely love reading your guys' comments. You probably noticed I respond to almost every comment. It makes me happy to interact with you guys.